This movie is being prepared for the distant learning sewing class at Fremont Christian School. This is step number 5 of our quilting project, our table runner. We've completed our 2 rows of attaching our blocks together, and now we're ready to put the 2 rows together. So again, refer to the diagram that is in your module as to the layout, and make sure that you have your blocks in the right order, and then you'll be ready to go on to this next step. So you can see I have my 2 rows out here, and I've checked my pattern. I've got a white Z here, a red Z, a white Z, a red pattern, and a white. I've got it lined up. Remember, I told you before, the middle pieces will never touch each other. Your medium colored print. So now you're going to pick up row 2 and lay it down. Just flip it over and lay it down on row 1. Okay, and getting your raw edges even. I do like to use a few pins on this since it's so long, and I want to try to match my corners. I just feel and make sure they're kind of laying flat next to each other. One seam's pressed one way, the other seam's the other way. So if you made 4-inch seams, that point should match when you're done. And I'm just going to check those points and get my edges even, holding with a few pins. Oh, I have some loose threads here. You don't want those. They'll get wound up and everything. Some frayed edges here that I think I'm just going to cut off. And I'm going to keep going down this, trying to match my corners. Lining up my raw edges all the way down. Here's another. You're matching the corners of your blocks. Not the other seams won't match, but your block corners will match. I have one that is not matching well there. That must be my fault somewhere. I didn't do a seam correctly. I'm going to let it go, but if I were really fussy, I would pick it out and fix it. Okay, now I'm ready to do my 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down, all the way, the length of my table runner. Again, I have my quilting foot on my machine. And I am ready to go. Starting with it, needle down, holding on to these threads because my machine likes to eat the edges. Okay. Make sure you pull out your pins long before you get there, because they really could mess up your 1/4 inch allowance. Keeping the edge of my fabric right next to the edge of the 1/4 inch foot. I see my edges aren't totally even there, so I'm going to pull the one bottom fabric that was higher, pull it down. Okay, my seam started to flip up, so I'm just going to tuck that under and make sure that it's lying flat. That's where I didn't pull out the pin soon enough, and it kind of knocked me off course there a little bit. Get my seam laying flat. I'm on the last couple inches. Okay, I have sewn the two pieces together, and you see my pattern there happening. Okay, I'm going to go to the iron now and press this seam. Remember, I'm going to press it closed like it just came off the machine to set those stitches in tight in the middle, and then I'm going to press it open so that it lies flat really and looks good. Just to show you how seams should match, here is a corner that matches really well. Here is one. Remember I told you I had one that didn't match very well? Well, it's hardly noticeable, but there it is. Here's one seam. There's the other seam. That wasn't right, but it's going to be very forgiving, especially since this white fabric is very light. Okay, so I'll see you back here for the next video when we're ready to put the back onto our quilt.